Good morning. It's Wednesday. I'm Wayne. Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne. Before we get started this morning, the first thing I want to do is thank you for your time. I do that because a long time ago, a really good friend of mine told me the most valuable thing anyone can give you is their time. So how many of you consider your time valuable? Okay, thank you. So I have my commitment. I'll do my best in today's session to make sure your time is well spent. Thank you for showing up. We've been going over the generalized principles. And just to recap quickly, before I get into today's message, which I think you're really going to like, principles defined by scientists is something that's true in all cases. So when a scientist discovers what they call a generalized principle, that's what they mean. It's true in all cases, no exceptions. For example, gravity. Gravity is a generalized principle. Objects are being pulled toward the center of the earth. If you drop something, you know because you got to go pick it up. If you step off a roof, you'll hit the ground because that's gravity. I mean, if you don't understand it or believe it, just test it and you'll see. So we have all these generalized principles. So we have man's laws, which are pretty good. Stop at stop signs, stop at red lights, don't drive too slow, don't drive too fast, on and on and on and on and on. And then we have nature's laws. So we've been going over some of these. For example, we covered leverage, doing more with less. If you don't understand leverage, you work too hard. Hard work is the opposite of leverage. The key to success is laziness, not hard work. Generations of people have proven this. So we have leverage, you have synergy, procession, and all these things came from one of my mentors, Bucky Fuller, or R. Buckminster Fuller, as his proper name is, but he was known as Bucky. Bucky Fuller has more accolades after his name than any American history, but amazingly few people have ever heard of him. So you can, I don't know if you can see it, but the stack of books behind me, these are all Bucky's books. And so in learning about his take on the world has changed my take on the world. So he set out to discover the generalized principles. And the more of them I discover, the more effective I become. I don't know what you want to do, but to me, I want to learn the principles because no matter which way the economy goes, it's always a good time to make money. And it's even easier if you understand and know how to apply the principles. Okay, so there are some examples. Today, it's not a generalized principle. Today, I'm actually going to talk about a theory. And this theory is called the theory of dissipative structure. And I think when I'm done, you'll be able to come from your own experience about whether or not this is true for you or not. So it came from this Belgian chemist named Ilya Prigogine. And Ilya Prigogine won a Nobel Prize in 1977 for his theorem on dissipative structure. It was, I don't know, I'm not a chemist, and he was a physical chemist who developed a theorem of non-equilibrium thermodynamics. I have no idea what any of that means. But what I do understand about it is the theory of dissipative structure. And my understanding of what he was saying is that the brain is a classic example of a dissipative structure. And let me ask you this. Have you ever had the situation where you had a problem you couldn't solve and it weighed on your mind and bothered you, you couldn't solve it, it went on for days or maybe weeks, and it continued to plague you, and it's the back of your mind, you thought about it almost all the time, and then one night in the middle of the night, the solution popped into your head. Has that ever happened to you? Okay. Well, most people say yes, it has. So what's happening here is this theory of dissipative structure, or what's also called, it's very simple here. It's a theory of dissipative structure, also known as perturbation. And so my understanding of this is if you take an organism and you add heat to it, initially it'll pass right through. But if you overload it and you keep applying heat and pressure, like this problem in your head that won't go away, and you continue to apply pressure and heat and stress, eventually this organism will pop and it will reorder. And when it reorders, you have more capacity. So his theory of dissipated structure is this is the way the brain works. So you have this problem, can't solve it, and then one day the solution pops into your head. Now you're able to solve that problem. And if you keep doing that over and over and over, you'll be able to solve more and more problems. So this is the role of humans in the universe, right? Information gatherers, problem solvers. In business, the more problems you solve, the bigger the problems you solve, the more money you make. So we're designed to solve problems. So how many of you want more capacity? Hopefully all of you, right? So it's about mental capacity. This is a theory of how the brain works. It's also physical capacity. And if you work out, you know this. You go to the gym, you lift weights, whether it's a band or a dead weight, whatever you do, but you're exercising this muscle and you're stressing it. You go back the next day, you have more capacity. So it's stress and then release, stress and then release, stress and then recovery. Same way with cycling. I don't know if you cycle, but I like to cycle. You get on your bike and you go 20 miles and you go 20 miles, you go 20 miles, next thing you know, 30 miles is easy. Next thing you know, 40 miles is easy. Next thing you know, you're doing centuries before lunch. So to me, it's all about, I don't know about you, but I just want more capacity. I want more mental capacity, physical capacity, emotional capacity, spiritual capacity, and financial capacity. I just want to get more results, better results, faster. And I'm able to do that by studying and applying the generalized principles. So when I have a problem, and I got a lot of them, just like everybody else, I was talking to this guy the other day, and I said, I think it seems to me that we all pretty much have the same problems. We're all unique. We're all bound together. We got parents, we have spouse, we have children, some of my grandchildren, we have friends, we have businesses, we have this, we have that. It's just trying to get on, and look, we all have the same problems. Just how do we go about solving them? And what I've learned to do is actually put my mind to work. As I said before, the mind, subconscious, like the mind's in two parts, right? You have conscious and subconscious or unconscious. And what I've learned to do, for example, if you ask people, do you want to be rich? Yeah. Do you want to be happy? Of course. Well, why aren't they? Because it's not a conscious event, it's subconscious. The subconscious mind is the most sensitive instrument in the universe, and it behaves according to what it believes. For example, if you believe rich people are crooks, it's going to be tough to be rich. You're fighting yourself. So all I've been doing myself is doing my best to get myself out of my way. You're not in my way. No one's in my way. It's just me. And so one thing I've learned is how to task my mind and put it to work and actually solve the problem for me. Before I go to sleep, if I have a problem, I just say, okay, look, here's the problem. Solve this for me, okay? I don't talk to myself. I know I'm crazy, but it works. Sure enough, inevitably, the answer comes to me. I can do this. Oh, that's right, I can do that. So when it comes to mental capacity, physical capacity, emotional capacity, spiritual, whatever it is, it's all about stress. Stress equals capacity. So when you get wadded up or stressed, just know it's a normal, totally normal, natural event. You're supposed to be stressed. It's only through resistance that you grow. It's only through stress that you can increase your capacity. So it's a theory, but to me, it's true because I've had this experience of being stressed. I'm stressed, I don't know, 70, 80% of the time. I don't have my feet up sitting around twiddling my thumbs. I actually induce stress. I intentionally induce stress so I'll have more capacity. Okay? This is my belief. Stress is the way intelligence grows. Stress is the way capacity increases. So bodybuilders know this, gymnasts know this, cyclists know this, scientists know this, engineers know this. So it's constantly putting myself in this situation where I'm stressed. And some people say, stress will kill you. No, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't need to be told what I know. We don't need to be told what we know. We know what we know. And what I know is when I have a problem, I'm going and I get all wadded up and angst and worried. I just take a deep breath because I know I'm just going through this process. It's just a process, and at the end of this process, I'm going to get the answer I'm looking for. And when I get the answer I'm looking for, next thing you know, my capacity increases. I'm able to make more decisions better and faster today than I did yesterday. And I don't know about you, but I just want to get better day by day by day. I just want to have more capacity, the more capacity to handle more, to do more, to be more. So when we're going through this, just know that it's a natural, normal phenomenon. You're supposed to be stressed. Growth is right around the corner. So when we talk about the generalized principles, this is, I don't know, it's a theory. And that's why it's called theory of dissipative structure. You can Google it. Ilya Prigogine, Belgian physical chemist, developed a law or the theory of non-equilibrium thermodynamics. I don't know what that means. I know what this means because I've had this experience. So I'm constantly perturbating myself. Perturbating. I'm a master perturbator. Say that 3 times real fast. I hope this is helpful. Just remember that when you're going through this stress, thank you for showing up, that this is what's happening. So go out and stress yourself. It's the path to growth. That's it for today. Wednesdays with Wayne. Nice, short, succinct, and to the point. Stress is the way intelligence grows. Stress is the way capacity grows. If you want to be bigger, better, and have more, go out and stress yourself. See you next Wednesday. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate your time. I hope you found this valuable. See you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.